What's up, you guys? It's your girl Mo Christine. On today's episode of Kicking It, we've got Tanisha, aka Word Customs, on Instagram. Now, she customizes kicks and she's representing for the females. Let's go. Okay, hello.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Thank you so much for kicking it with me.
Of course.
Now, I saw your page through Leo.
Right.
Because you customized his Kobe ones.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, those are super duper dope. And you're representing for the females.
Of course, yes. The LA to Chicago's, the infamous.
For those that may not know you, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, my custom name is Word Customs. My government is Tanisha, but most people call me Word. I'm Word Customs. I'm 1/3 of the mature kids. We have our own YouTube show that we do bi-weekly on Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern time. We're just three girls who became friends through sneakers and, built something much more. We've probably been friends for about 3 years now, sneaker meetups and everything, hanging out. But yeah, we decided to do a show and just kind of bring our perspective from like the female standpoint and just talking about things beyond sneakers so that people know, we don't have to just have sneakers in common. There's other things we could talk about for sure. But I started my journey into sneakers probably middle school. I was heavy into like the whole X game scene, Tony Hawk, biking. So I started with SBs. So that's always going to be my first love. And it probably wasn't till the late 2000s, like 2004, that I really got into Jordans. Once you get your first job, you're able to buy your own shoes because mom was a single mom. I'm not spending $150 on, any tennis shoes. So I think my first pair that I bought for myself was the Fire Red 5s in 2006. And then from there, it just kept growing and growing, and the need and the love, went from there. But I've always been an artist, drawing any kind of mediums. I started with t-shirts. I'm a big concert person and I love music. So I would do custom t-shirts for shows. And it wasn't till probably 2012 that I actually started painting shoes. And, from there it started with like Converse until I was ready to dive into the world of actually, customizing on a Jordan that you might not be able to get back. And from there, it just blew up, bigger than I could ever expect.
Wow. Yeah, I love it. Like, I like how the three of you met.
Mm-hmm.
Sneakers. Like, I always talk about this with other people, how sneakers can bring like a diverse community together just because of one common love, which is kicks.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
How, because you guys represent for the females, for your show, how do you guys feel about the representation of females in the sneaker world?
It's up and down. Being that we've all been in this for quite a while. At first it's going from seeing it really not represented at all, and there being like very few of us. Because the actual first sneakerhead that me and my girlfriend met was Jody Rockstar. If anybody knows her collection is, bananas. And it was just so few people, like Jody Rockstar, Kick It with Dee Dee. Those were two of the first people we met in the game. And then, from there, of course, we do a bunch of the fellas and always, doing meetups with the fellas and just hanging out with them. But it seems in the last, 3 to 4 years, women have been coming out of the woodworks. And, I guess there's a comfort now that like there's been these women sneakerheads, because if you look at their collections, they've been collecting. They just haven't been, in the forefront. So, I don't know if it's with like a Laylee May and, a bunch of people coming out, Teyana Taylor, who is a super like duper slept on icon in the sneaker game. Like all of these women coming to the forefront, women are feeling more comfortable. So I think there is a great, variety, representation in different cultures and everything like that. And then, I feel like when I first started, like 2010, 2011, it was the half naked women with the sneakers, and like that's all they wanted to see. Kind of like with the car shows, you see a half naked woman, draped across the car, and that's what people wanted to see. But now women wear fits, they're throwing on sweat, so they're mixing and matching pieces, and just doing their own thing, bringing their own style to it, and it's now being represented more. Jordan is noticing it, and all these other brands are noticing it too.
Yes, I love it. I know. I like how the females are coming out, they're representing. We look super. We make the kicks. Okay, you know what? How can I say this? We offer a variety of looks for the kicks. I feel like for guys, like you put on a tee, some pants,
right?
Whatever.
The kicks are for the guys. The kicks are the main feature. For the women, the kicks are the accessory.
Yes, I like that. Yes. So, I'm just admiring the wall behind you.
Yeah.
How many pairs do you have?
Well, the majority of this wall is actually my girlfriend's. I think mine's are right here. And then, I have we have shoes all over, but I would say probably post-pandemic and overspending, I'm probably 450 or above.
Woo!
Yeah,
wow.
It's terrible. It's a terrible addiction.
That's a lot. Okay, so do you have a sneaker room? Is like a room?
Yeah, so I'm in the sneaker room now. We have like a little den, so basically all the walls are covered with sneakers. Upstairs, I have like my little studio area, and I have a wall of kicks there. And then also we have another offset area upstairs that's like by the bathroom that I have, a few rows there, and then a storage. So yeah,
wow.
It's expanded into a storage now this year because of the pandemic. I've expanded into a storage.
And what is your rotation like with that many pairs?
You know what? Surprisingly, I guess I'm a person where it's like certain shoes you want to put them on, but you're just like, I want to break them out, or I want to un-DS them for like an event, or if I'm going to the mall. Like you want to be going somewhere. Like I don't want to put them on to go to Walmart or Target. So I have a lot of DS pair since we haven't been able to go anywhere. But with my rotation, I'm always grabbing something. Like my go-to is my lobsters. Like it's one of my favorite pair. Wifey got me these for my birthday. Like I said, I'm a big SB fan, but I'll throw those on quick. I'm loving the LeBron media days. I'm a super LeBron fan. Wait.
Before you get there, are these your top three?
You know what? Probably, yeah.
Hey, no. Don't show it yet. Don't show it yet. We're not there yet. Okay. So let's talk about your customizing, your business. Mm-hmm. Now, you said it started in what year?
2013.
Is that when you decided, like, I'm going to take this serious?
Actually, 2013. So I dabbled. So I had, I think my 2010 Black Cement 3s. I had wore them to the point of like no return, and the midsoles were crumbling. Anybody who knows 3s, the midsoles, they crumble, and not crumble, but they the paint chips and everything else. So I had been following Mosh Customs for the longest, going to sneaker shows. He was probably one of the first and only customizers I had seen, in the public eye. And YouTube started, becoming popular. Now you're seeing videos, and Angelus comes about. So I decided, hey, you know what? Let me see if I can do a midsole repaint. So I watched a bunch of videos, took the paint off, painted it back, and it looked good. Like it looked factory. People couldn't even tell that I repainted it. So I was like, oh, there might be something here. So I didn't want to, mess up anybody else's shoes. So I started doing Converse, doing characters on there for like kids, mostly stuff like that, summertime. And thankfully for my girlfriend, she's a size 5.5. So her shoes were more easy to obtain. So she let me experiment on quite a few of her shoes, doing, a bunch of customs until I got comfortable. And, it's kind of just a dive in thing. It's like I did, I want to say 2015, I did a pair. She had a pair of black Concord lows, and I changed them from black to green. And she wore them to a sneaker show, and I was like, all right, this is going to be the test. She's a photographer, so she's on the ground, bending down, bending the shoe, taking pictures, and I'm just scared, waiting for this paint to come off. And they were 100% good. And when she was showing people, they couldn't even believe that it was a custom because it looked so factory. So from there, it just kept going. The ideas started coming, and people actually wanted to send their shoes to me. And like, customs now are more accepted. I think at first it was people like, oh no, those are fake shoes. But now it's like everything's custom. Brands are working with customizers, so it's a big thing. We've come a long way.
Yeah. So what is your ultimate goal as a customizer?
Um, Definitely to potentially work with some like businesses. I want to get on like a corporate level. Like I love customizing for, the average everyday person, but it can be sometimes it can be very stressful, dealing with people who because somebody send you their expensive shoe and they don't really know you and they're worried about if it's going to be messed up, and so it's a lot of back and forth, a lot of questions, a lot of impatience. So to be able to get to a level where I work with brands, I would love to do like a cleat or something for an athlete. I'm a super Dallas Cowboys fan, so if I could do something for anybody on the Cowboys, Dak's Team Jordan now, so maybe somehow I can get in there with that. But yeah, hopefully, I can do NFL now has a week, the 13th week, I think they do My Cause, My Cleats, where a bunch of customizers do different cleats for different players. So maybe I can, get in there and do something for one of them.
Yes. Well, I mean, hopefully, somebody from the NFL watching this episode.
Right. I'm saying.
Hit her up. Get some dope customized shoes. I love it. Okay, so what is your definition of a sneakerhead if you use that term?
You gotta use it loosely now because people are so easily offended when it comes to that. And I mean, for me, a sneakerhead is the widest term. Like basically, if you have a love for sneakers in any form, I don't care if it's Converse, Pumas, shell toes, like you're a sneakerhead. If you see a sneaker, or if you're the first thing you look at is someone's feet, to me, you're a sneakerhead. Like we said, we look at each other's shoes before we even look at each other's faces when we meet up. That's just a sneakerhead. You love a sneaker, a good sneaker. If you see a good sneaker walk by, you're like, oh man, those are clean.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay. And last question before we start kicking it. How much do you think you've spent on kicks?
In my lifetime?
Just a guesstimate.
Let's see. I mean, if we're even gonna go on the low end of $100 a sneaker, and I'm at 450, and that's probably after selling ones, it's probably gonna have to be like 200, 300,000. In the course of like since 2003, yeah, until now.
Wow. Damn. Wow. Speechless. That's a lot. It's a lot. That's a lot. And do you plan on, or do you like resales? Do you give your, like, if you have a pair that you've never worn and you're like, okay, I'll just resell them?
Yeah. In the early stages when I first started customizing, I was heavy on like, get as many pairs as I can, because that was the good days when you go to different malls, get raffles. So, me and my girlfriend would go to every mall, get raffles, just, in hopes to hit on one pair. And we would be fortunate enough to hit on, 5 or 6. So it's, of course, every sneakerhead wants to offset their costs. If I could sell a few pair and my pair is free, that's even better. So I wouldn't say I sought it out, but, in going to get the raffles, if I get extra pair, of course, I'm going to let them go. So I do, if I can get extra pair, for sure, I'll resell them, thanks to StockX and GOAT. It's less of a hassle. Back then we had to talk to people, meet up with people, haggle prices. Now, you throw them on StockX, get some credit, let that sit there. I mean, I think I got about $1,000 sitting in GOAT right now. I'll probably go order some SBs. I don't know. Like I'm indecisive when it comes to, I'm just like, I'll just let it sit. But yeah, more recently with all the extra pickups, like, impulse buys, I'll look at it and I'll be like, you know what? I'm not really going to wear that. I don't need it. I can get it back, and I'll let it go to get something I really want. Because, it's hard to get shoes now. So with the resale, you probably have to let go of 4 or 5 pair to get a pair you really want.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. All right. Well, let's start kicking it. The 3 questions that I ask everybody. What are your top 3/go-to pairs? And we want to see them.
Yes, of course. So the purple lobsters, for sure. You can see the creasing and everything. Like I love people hold these as like grails, and they very much so are, but like these are just clean. Like it's too clean not to wear.
Yeah,
Like the purple, throw in the pink laces. One of my favorites.
I love them.
Another one, a very colorful pair, my Viotex.
Ooh, yes.
Like these, like I love the colors on these. The suede on these are amazing. They always get attention when you wear them out. People see just this colorful. I usually wear it with like a tie-dye tee.
Do you wear them often?
I do. I've worn these at least like 7 times, and that's a lot for as many kicks as I have. Like if I could wear a shoe more than 3 times, that's a lot. And of course, my version, the original pair, my LA to Shy.
Yeah.
I did mine. Mine's are LeBron. Mine's are LeBron MJ. Leo's were a Kobe MJ. But yeah, these pair, these get the best reaction. So I love wearing these out. People recognize them, or they just want to talk about them, or just say like, "Hey, how did you get those?" Or they recognize them. Even I was fortunate enough to have them displayed on Complex, so they've been seen quite a bit.
Wow, and I love the conversations that's kicks can start.
Yeah,
definitely. You can start a conversation. You can start a debate, discussion, like all of that.
Yeah, like definitely spending like 30-40 minutes in a sneaker store when you walk in to pick up sneakers or get a raffle in those. It's just like, oh, I've seen those before, on Instagram or something, and just conversation, just done.
You're in there for an extra hour just talking.
Exactly.
Okay, so what are some past releases that you wish you caught?
Definitely right now, my biggest regret not copying is the Storm Blue ones. I'm a big fan of blue, and I was on one of my friends' YouTube yesterday, and people were just showing shoes, and someone put out the Storm Blue, and I was just like, man, I don't know. Again, those things, I think they went out, like they were sitting, and I don't know why I never picked them up, and now they're like $700-800 in my size, and I'm just like, I love that pair, but I don't want to pay that much for it. But those the Knicks ones, another pair, like I love Knicks colorways. I'm in Philadelphia, I'm from New Jersey, and I'm close to New York, but that Knicks colorway, that orange and blue, something so clean about it. That's another one that's like hard to find. I always find a size like above like what I need or 2 sizes below, but never the same. My Grail Dunk is the When Pigs Fly, the concepts When Pigs Fly. I've been looking for that pair for the longest. The UNC ones, the suede pair, and the UNC threes. I'm a big UNC fan. So, it's like every UNC release, it's a struggle. I was like, I love this team so much, and I can never get these shoes for retail. So the threes and the ones are the only ones that have eluded me. I got and it's crazy. I have an autograph book from Coach Roy. I was like, that was easier to get than it was to get half of these sneakers. And it's crazy.
Man, the struggle is real trying to get these sneakers. It's crazy.
You gotta have a plug or be popular enough. That's probably my goal with customizing, to be popular enough that people give me shoes for retail.
I get it, man. It's just a struggle. That sneakers app and all of that is just
sneaker app. It's a love-hate relationship. It's an abusive relationship with sneakers.
Very abusive. Are there any upcoming releases that you plan on going for?
For sure, the Lightning Force. I have been waiting for the Lightning Force since the Thunders came out, which was what, 05? No, that was later. It was like 2010. So since the Thunders have come out, I've been waiting for the Lightnings. They kept promising them, never got them. So finally they're coming. A couple weeks. Definitely the New York versus New York dunks, the dunk lows. What else? Oh, Cool Breeze, my favorite 11s.
Those are popular.
That was the first shoe I actually paid resale for. Mind you, at that time, 2010, it was only $25-50 above, but that was the very first shoe I ever paid resale for. Like I went 5 a.m. to Foot Locker thinking I'm going to get this release when they open, and they opened early and all their pairs were gone. And I spent the whole day, because this is holiday time when they release 11s. Spent the whole day going to malls. Nobody had them. And that was in the days of Craigslist. Like I went on Craigslist and found someone who was selling and, got them that way. But yeah, the Cool Gray 11s, that's a double up for me. Like that's a nostalgic shoe. The Nets Dunk Lows. I'm a big Nets fan, being from Jersey. And the Fragment. I like the Fragment Sakai's. I don't know if the blue or the smoke gray, which one I like better. If I could get them both, that'd be great. I think whether I have to pay resale or not, I'll get one of them, but it would be nice to get both of them. And the ACGs, the Moabs, there's 3 pair coming out. I need all 3 pair. All three. That's like nostalgic. Like I have the Moab dunks, and it's just something so clean about like the earth tones that they pair with, like the purples, and just the Huarache is a nostalgic shoe. Like me and my brother used to ball in Huaraches, and like Huaraches are like one of the most comfortable shoes. Like you can ball in them, you can run in them, you can train in them. So I love, like, it's a super diverse shoe that's pretty much slept on.
Yes. Well, you know what? I will keep it locked on your page to see if you get all of those pairs.
Hopefully. I'm in the raffle, so we'll see.
I wish you good luck. I'll send you all my luck. I don't have much.
Yeah, because sneakers ain't gonna send me any luck.
Not at all. Not at all. Well, there you have it. You answered the kicking it questions. Now it's time for Soul or Troll. So I'll ask you a question. It will be a question about sneakers or just be a trolling question about life.
Okay.
Let's get a good one. Okay. Would you rather be stranded in the jungle or in the desert?
I will take the desert. I'm a summer baby, so I think I can withstand the heat. The jungle, I am terrified of reptiles. No snakes, no lizards, no bugs. So just give me a sandy field any day. Like,
You'll be thirsty.
I mean, I will, but look, I won't be bug covered, or I'll be in the jungle looking like this. Like everything that moves, I'm freaking out.
Okay, there you have it. I like it. I know that's actually a tricky one because I think about that.
Right.
Like, which one is better?
Right. I mean, I would probably survive longer in the jungle. You got some plants and stuff, but I would be out of my mind. I would be out of my mind.
Oh man, well there you have it. You kicked it with Mo. Before we sign off, is there anything that's coming up for you guys, for yourself, that you would like to mention for the viewers?
Our friends have a channel who has the heat on YouTube. Every Saturday they do battles. Right now they're doing an 8-on-8 men versus women, and there's 4 teams of 2. I battled last week. Unfortunately, we took a loss, but we're still in it. Every team has at least 2 battles. So tonight my girlfriend actually battles with her partner. That's at 7 p.m. I think they're going live, 7 p.m. EST. I'll probably be battling next Saturday. Next Sunday is our Mature Kids show at 7 o'clock EST. I'm not sure what we're talking about yet. We come up with the whole little show plan like the beginning of the week, but we're on every other Sunday. And, if you subscribe to us, we go live randomly. The other day we went live talking about hat fishing, which is a funny thing. Hat fishing and beard fishing, because Travis Kelce recently cut his beard. And, Travis Kelce is a beautiful, beautiful man. And that beard gone was way different. I was like, who is that? Who is that? It's like Travis Kelce, Drake. We're like, Drake cuts his beard, it's over. So we were just talking about how, facial enhancements or hats or glasses can make someone look completely different. It was a good show. So you can catch that playback. It was hilarious.
Yes, actually that'd be a good conversation, a very funny conversation, because
right.
That's a thing.
Right, a very big thing.
Everyone check her out at, what's your Instagram?
My Instagram is Word Customs, WERD. Customs is spelled with a 0 for the O.
All right. Well, thank you so much. I guess I'll kick it with you another time.
I appreciate you.
All right.